Welcome back, adventurers, to another Brick in the Mall. For those of you who might be just joining, we are playing the abandoned mall scenario of another Brick in the Mall. So that's just a scenario that comes standard when you download the game. We have a rat infestation. We have very minimal stores. We have our one bar that's open that you start with our one storage area. Let's see what we got here. So we have restrooms. We also have made a maintenance center, and we've hired builders and janitors. So glad that they're chilling on their phones. There we go. So now they're gonna go off and start doing their thing. I believe we didn't hire enough janitors to begin with, so we hired some more. And this is kind of our setup for our maintenance center. We don't necessarily need two people. Okay, so it looks like I have two, and then I have kind of the overnight crew there. So they should be, okay, so they'll be coming into work soon. So I must have just hired them and they're just not on shift yet. So once we get the janitors in here, they'll start cleaning up these footprints, which will stop spawning rats at that point, and we'll start getting this a little bit better of an area. So there's nothing we can do about that right now. Let's just be sure. So in this scenario, we have plants and stuff growing inside of our buildings, and like they've popped through our walls, and we have some walls missing. So when you get rid of those, it doesn't just automatically assume that that space is going to be part of that store. So sometimes you have to come back and just click and drag. That shouldn't have happened because that's not a store, it's a bar. So just right click to delete. Yep, I don't want that to be a thing. Click on the existing zone and then just drag into the other stuff and you'll be good. And we're going to do that with our storage too, so we don't just have one random little box. It'll just automatically fill. Really, you're going to concentrate over here and you're going to leave all this. Alright, we're going to bump up the speed a little bit just so we can start cycling some of this going on. Alright, so another builder came in, and in the next just couple minutes here we should have our first janitor stop in and start cleaning up this mess here, so that'll be exciting. Let's focus on this store here for the time being. We're going to call it a store. We are going to get this expanded out. Yeah, okay. So because of how another Brick in the Mall works, in this particular scenario, all of this stuff you see here doesn't actually have a foundation, and you can only have a store zone on something that has a foundation. So I'm able to just click and drag, and then it'll capture these walls, which isn't necessarily a big deal, but it won't capture anything out here to mark it as a store. I'm going to build just a foundation. Let's get these trees out of here. Again, just click and drag, so it's not going to collect anything that's not a foundation. We are going to set up some walls here and here. We are going to delete this tree, so just delete objects and walls. Now, I could just delete these objects, the trees, and not have a foundation there, but that just means I have little patches where I don't actually have foundation underneath, and I wouldn't be able to mark it as store. So if it's in your store, make a foundation. We're going to call this store. Alright, so while they're fixing up all that, let's go to manage. We're also going to make this. So let's get a foundation. Let's get that in there. We're going to make that assigned. What am I doing? Storage. I like to keep at least one block kind of around everything. Okay, so what's in there? Nothing should actually be in there. So that makes me curious. The section will lead to at least one active zone and fire all staff. But there's nothing in there. I hate to inform you. Unless there's like a weird little... There it is. So there's a weird little block in there. So there we go. So I like to leave one block around just to be able to let my people walk. And then we're actually going to do another little maintenance center just right here so we can, there we go. So then we can start focusing on these rats, and then we can also have a base for all of the janitors that will have to kind of keep track of this area as well. Alright, so what should we name this store? We should name it, oh, let's just name it Sears. They've gone out of business lately, right? So we're just going to revamp them. Seems legit. So we're going to just have a couple, oh, always link your storage, because if you don't link your storage, nothing will actually happen. So let's hire some cashiers. Again, we're looking for patience and sociability, and preferably speed. Oh, you're going to be an awful cashier. You were so slow, but you have really good patience and sociability. Oh, that's fine. Because I'd rather have, you'll be good, you'll be good, you'll be good. Alright, let's just, we only have 4 cash registers, there we go. My brain would not form the word. So we only have 4 registers anyway. You'll be a good stock clerk. Right, anybody with high speed and low anything else? Actually, a lot of these people are really good. And we'll do you too. Alright. So, as we like to do, just bump everybody up. I never have a specific amount. I probably should just max it out, because that would be like the most bang for my buck, right? There we go. And then starting at the time that we open to the time that we close, we just kind of see, we just don't need everybody. So we're looking at this yellow line. This is our workforce line. It starts at currently 0 and goes to 7. So we currently have 7 people on a shift at any one time. Well, it's probably like 6. So because we have 0 staff, because this actually, we're not going to keep them on during closing. We're going to keep these people, we're going to do our stock clicks 2 hours before and 2 hours after. That way if the store really gets hit hard, we at least have time to stock back up before we have to sell items again. I found that actually works pretty well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 people. We probably don't need this, like one of these people all the time, because we only have 4 registers. And we currently don't have any information about how the store is going to be as far as sales. There we go. So we're going to, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go down to 3. Sure. So these guys are going to split the difference, and we're going to actually have these guys be an hour after close, and we don't need an hour before open. So actually we'll just bump up their shift. There we go. That'll be good enough. That'll be fine. Products, this just tells you what products are actually in that store. I know it's a little bare bones, but I'm going to keep it that way for right now. We only have a set amount of money, and we're not actually making money at the moment. So this line right here, we're really losing money. So until the store kind of gets up and going and helps us get us a little bit of profit, we're not going to actually do anything really with it for now. So the next thing I'm probably going to concentrate on might be either this store, but I want to get rid of some of these rats before I open the store, or possibly this fast food restaurant, depending on where everything gets cleaned first. So you can see we are cleaning it up slowly. These are our janitors right here. They have little, so they're going to go around and clean stuff. They're not going to get rid of the rats, but this will help the rats stop from spawning. So these guys get rid of rats, these guys stop them from spawning. So any place where we have footprints, that's where like squalor is, or like trash or whatever, that's where they're going to spawn. So we have a little bit of stuff in here. Oh, and this person's gonna go clean it, looks like. But it looks like we have pretty much all nice. All of our movie theaters set up. So we'll probably get that going. Alright. So this will be, so instead of storage 3, let's call it storage main north. Ah, I can't type today. Main, really, mail, main. This is not my normal keyboard, so like everything's just a little bit just different. Just enough to make me look like an idiot. That's okay. That's the worst thing that happens in my life. I'll be alright. Alright, and then because this bugs me like no tomorrow, we're gonna fill in these tiles with the color that they're supposed to be. And then green because someone thought this would be a good color. It's very distinctive. We'll give it that. And then the same for over here. We're just going to fill in with floor tiles. And there's my other one. And they're so descriptive. Floor tile type 16. You know. I guess it doesn't actually matter, to be honest. Alright, let's get some walls in here. So we don't have people cutting through here all the time. Like our staff. So these are staff doors. So staff will just like come in through for the staff only parking, come in through here and then just cut through the movie theater. Alright, we're gonna build. We're gonna get rid of all these trees. You may hear my cat in the background go a little bit psycho. Their toy is on, so they're chasing it around. That's okay. They're kind of overweight, so we're trying to help them lose a little bit of weight. That way they're a little bit healthier, just like everybody else. Alright, let's get this movie theater going on. So, movie theaters are a little bit different. You have, where is it? You have your movie theater and then you have your ticket lobby. So this will be your ticket lobby. And then this will be your actual movie theater. And your movie theaters connect up to your ticket lobby, not the other way around. Which I feel like you should be able to go either way. But there we are. Alright, so let's manage. So, alright, ticket lobby. Let's go man theater. And we're gonna have this open like insane hours. Because why not? Let's hire some cashiers. They don't necessarily have to be like the super best people, because you usually don't have too long lines going on. But since we're not going to have too many people on staff, I don't think, we will, like at any one particular time. We're going to just overlap here just a little bit. There we go. So we're going to have 3 people on at this point. Oh, okay, hold on. 1 person on at the end. And kind of this person covering the middle. Give it a little extra support. That'll be perfectly fine. Honestly, we're not going to fill all these seats anyway. So having that many cashiers will be okay. It's not like they're like have snacks or anything, which would be a really cool thing to add. Just have like popcorn or something like that to also bring in some extra revenue for these movie theaters. That'd be kind of cool. So now you have to link all these. So you can actually label these also. You could say movie theater left. I mean, if you really want to, you can go through these and actually label them. It doesn't necessarily matter, I feel like, for the movie theaters, because that's essentially how they label them anyway. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm actually going to... Whoops. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. Movie theater 1. I'm just going to call this 2. 3. Oh, 43. 3. And 4. If you guys have any good ideas to like name any of this stuff, please put it down in the comments. Let me know, because I run out of names real quick. I'm not a very creative person when it comes to names. Alright. And just like everything else, it doesn't actually take the fact that, hey, we just made this a movie theater and now we don't have holes in it anymore. Manage. Oh, sorry, build. So I just want to get these walls up and finish off the floor how it should be. Because pet peeves. And it's like some 80s style retro floor right here. Kind of makes me laugh. So usually for the first day of these, the movie theater really doesn't get a whole lot of business. Oh look, someone actually wants to come and see a movie. That's cool. So again, I'm not going to worry about filling in all these seats. We're not going to get as much business. Ooh, we have angry people. We have angry people. Lance and Walters, why do we have angry people? We need more waiters? Maybe. You. Shift planning. Okay, I probably overkilled the waiters a little bit. Alright, it seems to be that we're following our line pretty well. We're overstaffed on the beginning part of this. Alright, let's see if that helps. So again, it's going to take a full day in order for that to kick in. So these guys didn't even get their drinks, so that's not going to be good for our business. But it is going up, so this must have been when all the rats got cleared from here, so we did actually peak. Alright, so now my builders should be almost done with this. We have a couple in the movie theater, which seems about right. Alright, we have our store up and going. We have our stock people. We have cashiers. So we're going to need a little bit more janitors. Alright, so maintenance center 4. We didn't really name this one. I don't think we really staffed this one. It doesn't look like it. So let's get some janitors. Let's get some builders. Because, oh, good. So even our janitors right now are kind of keeping up with at least this area. But once we start getting a lot of people coming in here, getting all that traffic in here, this place will become a little bit more muddy. I wish they'd just get rid of these 2 spawn points and be done. Alright. So, yep, let's get some builders. So builder, 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 and builder. And do we have anybody with, oh, good janitor. Do we have anybody with janitor? There we go. And that should be good for now. Shift planning. Let's just peek everybody. Because who needs to go home? Who needs sleep? Not these guys. Nah. These guys are troopers. Working them double shifts. Alright. So we're just going to stagger like normal. We're going to space them out just a little bit more today. That way we have a little bit more overlap here in the beginning. So nobody's alone for too long. There we go. And we're going to just do the same thing for builders. Whoop. And there. There. we go. That's going to bug me. There we go. So again, nobody's alone for too long. We have a max of 9 people. And then minimum of 4 on staff at all time. So that should be good. Alright, so these guys are going through storage quite a bit. Oh, we're gonna call this Maintenance Center North Main. So this will be Maintenance Center North. Oh, okay, so I specifically named it the L and W. Makes sense because that's the specific storage. Alright, so we're getting some more people here. We may need a third person. Oops. For the ticket counter. Wow. Probably the most I've ever seen that movie theater actually do anything. Not higher. Shift planning, please. Alright, and then because this hasn't actually gone through a 24-hour cycle, it doesn't really have any information. This is kind of just its static line right now. So once we get people in and coming, it'll perk up. It'll give us a little bit better of a graph to try to figure out. Alright, so that's working out well. Let's just get select so we can get some of these windows going on. Alright, the next thing that I might try to... What do these people care? Oh, bags of things. So this is doing good. Ooh, this is doing good, but looks like we have a lot of people in the queue. Alright, so I don't normally like to put too much effort into a lot of these. Oh, not that one, this one. But we may just have to bite the bullet here, and we might throw a self-checkout here and here. Thank you. Let's see if my builders can keep up with that, as well as trying to get rid of rats. Alright, but it looks like this kind of area is pretty much safe. We have a couple little rats here, but everything else is pretty much behind this wall. And it looks like we have all the rats out of here, so we can actually get this fast food restaurant up and going. And then we can get this store up and going. So we can get 2 more stores going. And we will do just that before we sign off today. So let's get this fast food area up and coming. So I'm probably going to link them to this storage also. We are going to go to assign, not fine dining, specifically fast food. So fine dining is going to be different. So fast food is going to have your little burger stops, it's going to have your soda fountains, and it's going to have your line kind of cook items here, as well as your order counter. Fine dining is more like this back here, where you have your cook stations, and you have your kind of counters, and your more fine dining seating, if you will, where this has like booths that teenagers can go and talk to their friends, or grown adults can go talk to their friends, I suppose. Because fast food is not just for teenagers. Though it really shouldn't be for anybody. Okay, so we got a fast food place. Let's link the storage. Fast food. Link storage. Storage north. So cooks. So cooks just need to be fast. They don't necessarily have to be sociable. And I think 3 cooks will be fine for now. Cashiers. Cashier. Yep, sure. Lovely cashier experience. I love it. stock clerk, because the stock clerk actually fills the stuff for the line cooks. So that way they have something to cook. You'll be a good stock clerk because you're fast. And you. Alright. And I am going to actually keep this open a long time. That did not change anything. There we go. So, one cashier already. That's weird. They started with a long. I must have fired them one time. The system just remembered. Okay, so we're actually only not open just a couple hours of the day. So we'll do that. Don't worry, dude. You will have hours. We'll do that, we'll do that. And then we'll get these cooks started just a little bit before, and we're not going to have that. We can stop them just a little bit short, maybe like right at, because they don't necessarily need to keep cooking, because they will actually have stuff in the warmer in order to cook. So we'll have 2 people on here, we'll have 3 people on here, so that should easily keep up with all of the food that we should go through. Again, not gonna worry. Actually, I will fill in one thing on this one, and that will be the soda dispenser. I'm gonna actually put one down over here, so these guys don't actually have to walk so far to get the soda. And I know, there we go. That just kind of, I just want a nice division line in between the staff and then the rest of everybody else. But there should be enough line cooks. There should be enough burger warmers. No worries there. So we're going to currently be closed. Store is closed. Good. We got 2 self-checkouts that'll really help things kind of move along. And then we have many checkout counters here. Where are you, Sears? There you are. Sponsored by? No. Not even close. Alright. Shift planning. Alright, let's... These guys. Yeah, you know how I said we didn't need that many? Yeah, we do. Everybody's gonna max. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. I think we're good with where we've kept. Start with 2. This person will come on. This person is an excellent. There we go. So we'll start with 2, then we'll have a relief 1 hour later, and then we'll have 2 more come on for the next part. It's weird because, like, they don't do breaks. I'm assuming that's just because this is a simulation and not like real life. So it's not like you see someone like go off and like take a break. Or like in theory that you have to have enough staff in order for someone to take a break. Like a real store would have to. Alright, we're just going to remove these trees so people don't have to keep walking around bushes. I actually like that light, so do not get rid of that light, please. I just missed him. No, get rid of that light. Or that one. So again, people are having... So you'll still see people with like little sick faces. Because, see, and then they go through like, they cut through walls and path of least resistance. But you'll have people parking here and walking this way. If I wanted to, I could delete just like some other roads that lead to here. But it's really not that big of a difference to me, and we're going to get plenty of people coming in from this way and then this way also, that we don't necessarily need that type of intervention. Alright, so perfect. The bar closed, and then we have the fast food place open, so I feel like that was just kind of meant to be. Alright. Perfect. These people just stop right, they never leave. And then this bar is only shut down for an hour, and then they come back. Alright, I can't. That's another thing. I want to be able to, like, right-click and be able to see what this tile is, so I can match it. Because sometimes when it's dark out, you can't really tell, especially if it's not on a, like, finished floor. Oh, look how good that store is doing. And we don't have any information here because it hasn't gone through a 24-hour cycle. And this movie theater is actually doing pretty good. I might do a small maintenance center like right here just to cover all of, just kind of be sure that they pick up all the stuff for the trashes and everything here, because I think the closest maintenance center is here. So I might keep like 1 or 2 people on staff in order to be sure that we can get the garbage out of these areas so we don't spawn rats. I think that's a good idea. I think I talked myself into it. Maintenance center. Just put it right there. Sign. Oh, we didn't name our fast food restaurant. Burgers and large. Sure. Why not? Because only you... Nope, I got nothing. I am not a slogan builder. Definitely not this early in the morning. Alright, we're gonna hire some people, and then we're gonna call it a day. So this will be... maybe... theater janitors. I probably spelled that. Janet... Yeah, spelled it right. I think. So... there you go, your perfect janitor. Maybe we just need one? Maybe, oh, we'll hire you too, because you don't really have great stats anywhere. Oh. Maybe like a builder? Here, there you go. Just max you out. Pretty much just going to be at like peak times here, and then you're just going to be at peak times here. There you go. There's always going to be a janitor on board. I mean, I think we're only closed for 2 hours of this movie theater, so there'll always be a janitor on board. There'll always be one builder just in case if there gets rats. And that way we can make sure that all these trashes get picked up all the time. So we don't spawn anything. Okay, and then of course we have one little block. Gotta take care of that. Can't just leave it. Drive me bonkers. And I think we're gonna sign off here. Alright.